Hi, it's me again, Stella from Stella's Vintage Gifts and Stella's Blooms. Okay, I've got all these blanks left over from certain projects, and I thought I would make a nice bunch of flowers. Okay, so I've got these daisy type and the little ones. I've got these big, almost like a rose, open rose. Let's see what we can do with them. Got large ones, and I've got one medium. I don't think I've got any more. Let me just have a quick look see. Oops, no more on the shelf there, so we go with what we got. And then if you saw my last video, you saw me make some leaves out of these. And there's a couple of 3 different size leaves there. What else we got? We've got the razor edge leaves, which can be used to make I'm wondering if I could make something other than leaves out of that. It might be worth trying, see if you can come up with a flower there. And there's a smaller one there. This is just something I cut out. I know I've put that on the flower somewhere, I just can't recall where, but you never know. And these are the ones I use to make these, I think. Yep, these strands. I use that. Now I've also used these 2 as flowers and leaves. I've only got 2, so I might make a flower out of that. We'll see. And then we've got this one. Only got 1 of them and 2 small ones. And this one I've got, this is almost like a poinsettia, I think. Got 1 large one, 2 medium and 4 small. So, okay. Just get my little box out the way. I'm just going to move them out of sight for a little while, just to give me some working space. Move it, move it, move it, move it. Okay. Got my foam pad, got my foam iron stuff. Oops. I'm going to use, for the most part, my chalks, pastel chalks. My tools. And these, if you haven't watched me before, I buy these and strip off those fabric leaves so that I've just got the stems. They're cheap enough that it's just negligible, the cost. Get my pens out of the way. Okay, what else have I got? I've got my glue, got my spritzy, and I've got the last one of my wipes, which is dry as a bone. So I'm just going to give this a nice spritz with water. Make it nice and moist. That's good. Okay. Choose something, Stella. What shall we play with today? where to start. Let's start with this. No idea why, just because. Okay. Oh, look at what I found. Another small one. Beauty. You never know what you find. Okay, I'm going to go mauve. So I've got 1, 2, 3. 3 options of mauve. 3 options of mauve, or pink is always good. Blue is also pretty good. Do you know, I really fancy this colour. This one here. I think I'll go with that one. So, what we do with this, you probably know all this. Okay, a spritz of water on our foam mat. Let me rub our pastel over it. Of course, if you have lots of colours, like distress ink, feel free to use them. I just don't use them for the most part because I haven't got them. Okay, that's that. Do you know what I think? I'm going to go right to the edges of these. And then around the curves. That didn't cut out very well, so I'll just give it another bit of a snip. Just faintly coloured, and the same on the back. I hope my volume is okay. In my last video it wasn't great. Sorry about that. Okay, now I am going to give this one a bit of a spritz because I really want some shaping happening here. Just a very light spritz. Okay. Sure about that size. Let's have a look at this one. I think that's better. just going to shape a little bit of the petal from the other side. Don't know if that's going to make any difference. No, perhaps not. Just a trial. No, I want it all facing up. Let's try another one the same size. Oh, that's not the same size. A smaller one. This is a beautiful colour. I'm not sure what you'd call it. Aqua? Teal? Not sure. But anyway, it is a beautiful colour. Stay where you are. Oh, it's done already. Spritzy. It's a very faint spritz, that one. Don't use something real heavy in the spritzing because you'll soak it too much. Let's try something a little smaller. I've got this window behind me. I keep putting my hands in front of it. It's a beautiful sunny day out today. We're going to have 19 degrees. That's Celsius. Spread some glue on the first one. Pop that in and alternate the petals. And use a smaller ball to shape it more. Okay, so far I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's use a smaller one now. You snip that first. Just there. I hope everyone has been safe from COVID. Here in Victoria, Australia, we're finally out of our lockdowns. We've had numerous lockdowns. Life is starting again, which is good. And the day after the lockdown started it finished last Thursday, and we went away Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Oh my, it was just amazing to get away, you know. We went down to the Great Ocean Road, which is down south of Melbourne, the south coast. And we went on the gourmet trail, tasted cheeses, wines, whiskey of course. And a sweetie shop. I could have spent a fortune in there. I'm just putting a little bit of, it's a cream colour in here. Okay. I might just give it one more spritz. Anywho, we had our daughter come in and sit the dog while we were away, which was great. He would have loved the trip though, but we couldn't have gone into cheese tasting and whiskey tasting if we had the dog, so we couldn't take him. Never mind. Next time we decided we'll go somewhere a little different, where they've got doggy parks and dogs can stay in the cabins. Now when I pushed that tool into there, that petal there just cupped that next one a little bit. So I'm really happy with that. I like that. Let's just show you again. Can you see it from here where it's doing that? They're sort of folding in on themselves. That's perfect. Let's just put some glue on here. Alternate the petals again. Does that look centered? Doesn't look quite centered to me. That's better. Got some new stamens coming, so I was hoping for, you know, something in blues and purples. That's a kind of a copper colour. The yellow, blue and yellow always look nice. In quilting as well. Blue and yellow look awesome. I'm stuck between two. That's more subtle, and that is bright. Let's go bright. Okay, not sure how many to use, but I do want quite a few. That's quite a few. I think that might do. Just tie another one down the middle. Okay. Fold it in half. Just keep that closed as much as possible. You get glue all over your fingers. Now I'm going to need quite a big hole there for this. My trusty hole maker is this. Am I going to do just one, or am I going to do three? Is that enough? Yeah, I'll just do one. I'm going to take this all the way through and the thick end through so that, oh, yep, that's nice and big. Just manipulate that a bit. It's nice and big, so hopefully that will go through without having to get the wire out. I think I'm going to need the wire. little piece. So just fine 30 gauge, I think. What you do with this. Okay, then you can poke the wire through and pull. Pull. The hole's still very tight, which is okay, which is good. Okay, I'm just going to put a bit of glue around the hole inside there. Make sure our petals, our stamens stay there. Just open them up a bit. Okay, now we'll just remove our wire like that. Let's put a little bit of glue around here. And then I'm going to snip this off just above the glue. Yeah. Okay. That's really pretty. Okay, now we can do, what can we do? Let's do this one. We can do lots with this. Okay, I'm thinking of using this. It's a nice pale yellow cream. Really, really pretty. Okay. Okay, we've got plenty there. Oops. Ugh. I really need to do something about the lighting here, unless I sit differently. This one barely has any colour, but I expect once it dries it will pop out. At this point, I would decide whether I want it cupped or whether I want it flat. I'll go for cupped. So let's do one of them. Then we're going to put another smaller one in the middle, I think. I need something a bit smaller than that. That's it. Go by the size of your petals and what you're wanting to do. For this one, I'm putting the petals pretty much the same place as the first lot. I think I did the wrong one. Come here, Bubby, come here. I'm not sure, but I think... No, I didn't. Sorry about that little bit of a mix up there, but I thought that was bigger. So I got confused. I had a senior moment. Best if I use a pair of tweezers here. Got this little bulb. Put her in there. Okay. Colour should we put in there? Probably a yellow, but you know, I'm going to go with this. Going to go with this kind of nude colour, or kind of a rose colour. We don't want too many, so let's just take that much out. I've got 1, 2, 5, so I'm taking one away, using that to tie them together. What did I do with that? There it is. Always lose this little piece of wire. Just wrap it round once. And you see the hole there? Pop our wire through the hole. Just gently easing it through. It's coming. You just have to have a little bit of patience. I could have made the hole just a tad bigger, but never mind. We'll get there. Okay, next time make the hole just a tad bigger. Shaping the flower as I go. Now that is actually what I want. I want these like that, taller than the actual bloom. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave the wire there. Put some glue around on the wire as well, because I'm going to leave it there. Okay, now I'm going to use one of these as a leaf. This is all experimenting with my blanks, that's all. No, I'll put them somewhere. Green. Oh, okay. This is my favourite. I don't want to go too dark with the leaves on this because the flower is very pale. So I think that's just nice, that colour. And don't forget, your colour doesn't have to be matte, you know, it can be patchy. It's better because it looks a little bit more natural if it's a bit patchy. Let's just pull these leaves in. got a choice. Let's first put a hole in there, let our wire through. It doesn't need to be a huge hole because the wire is very thin. Okay, we can cup that flower like that, which I actually like that, or we can do it upside down. Let's try it again with the upside down bit. That way. And that's pretty as well. But I'm going to go with the other one. It's just my personal favourite at the minute. So put some glue around the leaves there. Push them up into place. Some glue on the bottom to hold them in place. I know I've still got my wire in there, but it's going to stay in there. And I've got an idea about that. I wonder if I could cover that in what do you call it? Tape. Let's give it a shot. Just a little bit of florist tape in there, a bit of glue. Okay, so I've wrapped it around. Let's just pop some glue in there. Wrap it around some more. There we go. But I'm not sure about the wire. Really not sure about that, if I like it or not. I don't actually. Now speaking of wire, I could have used one of my favourite wires and stuck it onto the flower underneath this, and then you'd have a nice long stem. I should have done that, but hey, we're only playing. We're experimenting. Okay, we've got 2 flowers now for our bunch. What now? And we've got these. Let's do something with these. This is a smaller one. So, I have an idea. I think I'm going to have to scribble out some more of this yellow. I promised hubby I'd be only an hour or so on here so that we can go and watch cricket together. I think it's England playing either Sri Lanka or Bangladesh in the World Cup. BBL. Love cricket, absolutely love it. Even the tests. I used to find it boring, but I got into it. My favourite team is India. You'd think it would be Australia, wouldn't you? Because that's where I live, but I don't particularly like the players. Sorry to say. Okay, anywho, let's get on with this. We need these two small. Actually, I only want one of these to go into here. I'm thinking actually there should be a medium, another one between this one and that one. But we'll just play with what we've got. Okay, let's grab a couple of these. We'll go two or three. We'll go three. Gives us an extra one to tie in. There we go. I need a new piece of wire since the other flower gobbled it up. Whoops, let's make a hole first. That would be good. Right there. Going to make this hole a little bit wider than the previous was, but not too wide, because I've only got 6 little strands to go through instead of 12. Okay, pop that in. Oops. Okay, we'll put some glue in there to hold those. And then some on the outside of the back. And when I cut the back, I do leave about 1 millimeter, which is just a smidgen where the glue is, when I cut this off. Take my wire out. Actually, I'm going to leave that stem on for the minute. Not quite sure what I'm doing here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put a wire. I'm going to put a wire on this one. We turn that wire in. Just remove that little bit of fabric. Yeah. Turn that wire in and turn it like that. So we've got that there. Need that little bit of a hole there, you see it, to thread through this. Or okay, that's got a little hole there. So we are going to thread this through that hole. Then put some glue and push the wire, whoops, right down onto it. Okay, once that's dry, I can snip off that little bit of stamen there. Okay, so let's just let that, whoops, let that dry. That's awkward. Probably should have put that inside before putting the stamens in. But hey, if you make that mistake, there's a way out. There is a way out, as I'm showing you. Just okay. What I want now is save them for a minute, a leaf. Same flower, so it's that leaf, but I need it to be smaller. Ow! Good to sit on your feet. I always do that. I might give this a little spritz because it's quite dry. Hardly spritzed at all. That's better. Okay. Pull this. Thread the stem through. It's still a bit unstable at the top, but don't worry about that because we've got some glue coming up. Okay. Now I'm going to put some glue in the centre and then a little bit up each leaf. And that will securely glue that in place. Plus the wire won't go anywhere. And just push that down. There we go. Sort of made a bud almost. But we do have to make sure that that wire is firmly in place, so we stick the leaves onto the bloom. Now if I had put the wire in with the stamens, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be worrying about it, you know. Okay, I think that is pretty much secure. So now let's do these two. I will spritz them. Get in some small shaping. If only I had another small one of these. But you know, this is a useful one, very useful one. just going to use 2 each. Okay, I'm going to do something a little different now. I've got this little piece of wire, and not wire, my stem. Okay, just grab that and let's just form a hook. That won't work. Like a shepherd's hook, yeah. But it's open at the bottom a bit, so and I want to narrow it at the top. Okay, let's take our stamens, thread them through like that. Now you'll need some sort of pliers to try and close that loop as much as you can. Keeps moving. There we go. Okay, a hole in here. And a hole in here. Take our wire through the bud. Pull it through the hole. You've got 2 bits of wire there, so be careful. Come on, that's the way. Well, do you know what? That I don't know if it's going to work because these are too long, so I would have to pull them in a bit. So putting the wire there is really not going to do any good. Okay, let's think of something else. Do the hook again. No, this is not good. It's not good at all. I mean, the flower's happening. That's okay for sure. That's happening. Where's my wire? Here we go. But I was hoping to put some of that that stem more firmly inside. So we're just going to add our leaves. That. Because these flowers are so small, it's going to be hard actually to put the stem in, unless you get small small stemmed, what do you call them, stamens. I'm rambling, I know, but you know what I mean. There we go, that's that one. Take off our wire. Little bit of glue on the back. It clears invisible, so you don't have to worry about that kind of glue. Okay, just leave that there. Same thing here. Just two. Oh shush. Okay, in we go. Take her wire out. And what I wanted to do was put these on wire so I could put them onto here, you know, as a stem with some buds on it. But that's not happening. Anywho, if you've got any suggestions on that, I'd really appreciate it. Oops. Because I think that would have looked nice, yeah? With two buds on it. I mean, I've done these kind of things before. I've done it with that one. But there's a flat flower, so it was easy enough to put the wire in underneath that. What else I've got? It's got wire in it. What did I do with that one? There's no sepals on the back of them. Probably should have, but still got all these I haven't packed. So I may have to go with this, but I'll think about it. Okay, that's it for today. Hubby's going to be champing at the bit because he knows I like cricket. And he won't watch it without me. So, thank you for playing with me today. And I'll probably make another one with all the rest of my blanks here after we've had some cricket watching. thank you very much for watching. I especially want to thank Mary Barrett, beautiful lady from the UK who always watches my videos and comments. Wonderful lady. I'd also like to thank Bird's Nest, Laurie from Bird's Nest, or Happy Bird's Nest, I think. Laurie is absolutely wonderful as well and supporting my work. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you. And Debbie Baudry. Those are the 3 names that I can remember at the moment. I'm so sorry that I can't remember anymore. Okay, thank you all very much for coming in to watch, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Please comment, good or bad. Thanks, I appreciate it. Bye-bye.